Hi guys, so it's been a bit since my last video, and when I say a bit I mean 2 months. I really was not intending to leave it that long, as proved by this calendar that I made on this little whiteboard. I made this just before I broke my toe. It still has the weekends listed from January 17th onwards. Yeah, that didn't get done because I broke my toe. I spent January 20th in hospital having an operation on my toe because it was that badly broken that it needed realignment surgery. And don't worry, I did not break through the skin. I basically just knocked the bone out of its position completely. So it was painful to say the least. So I didn't really know how to come back to this channel because I've actually been on my Sims Instagram and my Sims YouTube channel for a while now, because for those who don't know, I actually turned my second channel into a Sims channel. Ever since March of last year, I actually started a series of Sims videos based on my character universe, Marianarch. Is it 100% canon? No, because there's only so much you can do in The Sims. But it really does help with the storytelling aspect, and especially areas of my character universe where I haven't fleshed out. It helps to build those areas up and give me a better sense of the timeline. Also, it's probably the closest to me explaining my character universe that you'll probably get, at least for now, because my character universe is a lot. It also takes a lot of explaining to try and explain my character universe as a whole, because there's so much going on, there's so many generations, so many different stories in the world of Marianarch that I physically can't get through all of it. If I tried to pin it down all in one video, I think I would actually lose my voice during the video because it would be that long. So what's going to happen with this channel? Well, to be honest, I don't really know, because I'm kind of at a crossroads with it. I want to continue doing the art videos that I've been doing for a while, but at the moment it's just not working on my channel, and I can see that in the analytics. It's just not working the way it used to. I've got to change something up, and I don't know what that is. It's not just the YouTube channel that's been stagnant, it's also been my weight. I have not been losing weight the way that I want to, and breaking my toe basically just made it worse because I could not walk at all. You can't see it, but behind my dressing gown and this blanket leaning up against my bed are actually 2 crutches from the hospital. So as for this YouTube channel, I'm still considering doing things on this list. If you can't see my terrible handwriting, it's a Draw This In Your Style sketchbook tour, an art challenge for March, Instagram Designs My OC episode 7, and a comic process video. Now there is a couple of caveats to that list now, because obviously March, we are 3 weeks into March. I turn 24 next week. Got a little bit late for announcing that art challenge since we are most of the way through. I will explain more about my art challenge, Marianarch, a little bit later in this video. Instagram Designs My OC, that's usually a popular series. I haven't done one of those videos in a while. That is because it usually takes a long time to edit, so I'm usually put off doing those types of videos. It's a lot of fun to design the character, don't get me wrong, but the editing is just tedious and long. With the comic has been on hiatus for at least a year, so I'm considering getting back into the comic. It's one of those that will be in the background. I suffer with a too much gene and definitely spreading myself a bit too thin. I've also recently just been applying for jobs as well, so I don't know whether I'll have a job on top of what I'm already doing on the Sims channel as well as the art channel. It's a lot of different plates to juggle, and I've almost got too many plates to juggle. At the moment though, I'm managing, and it's definitely more than I could say for the last 2 months. I am personally doing a lot better than what I was. And for those of you who like my Sims content, I've recently discovered a love for building. Apparently, I can build Sims castles. Who knew? Because I certainly didn't. And something else that I want to start up again is digital painting, because I've been doing a lot of traditional paintings, especially over the last year, 2 years with the pandemic. I haven't really been digital painting and I miss it. And once I get back into the flow of digital painting, I am considering opening digital art commissions as well, because currently I do actually have traditional art commissions on my Etsy. Yes, add my Etsy store to the stack of plates that are just gradually building. So yes, the Etsy store has done pretty well so far. I've had 10 sales and I've made more from my Etsy store than my entire YouTube channel the last year. Which... So if you brought something from my Etsy store, you are supporting me so much. Thank you so much. So what's a video on my channel without speed paint? Well, I don't see it, so let's get on with the speed paint. This piece is actually from my art challenge, Marianarch. I thought I would use this speed paint as an opportunity to explain it a little bit more. Back in October, I finished Tatty and Candy's art challenge called Catober. It was just a replacement for Inktober. Now, I loved doing Inktober over the years, don't get me wrong, but some of the prompts were always very hit or miss for me. And when my friends came out with a prompt list, I was so excited to do their prompt list. And I had so many ideas for it, as well as the fact that Inktober was just getting incredibly controversial with every year that goes by, just more controversy on top of controversy, and it was just taking the enjoyment away. Also, I'd done it for 5 years, so I just felt like it had naturally come to an end for me anyway. After completing Tatty and Candy's prompt list, I was just so inspired that I wrote down list upon list of words that I could use as prompt words for my own prompt lists. I didn't think that anyone would actually follow my prompt lists, to be honest, because the way that I've done art challenges, especially from I think 2017, 2018 onwards, is that I would take the prompt and use it as a part of the quote of one of my stories. So use that quote to just inspire the image as well. So it could be a piece of dialogue, it could be a description of the story, a description of a character, a description of the world. It could be anything from my character universe, essentially. I've personally always preferred the more abstract prompt words because it makes you think a bit more, and to be honest, those pieces always tend to come out a lot better than the more literal prompts. So for those who follow me on my Instagram, you'll know that I released the prompt list, I think it was the 1st of February, either that or very early February, and I actually made a mistake on that list at the beginning because I actually put distant, the word distant, on there twice, both I think on day 8 and day 19, I believe. And I did not notice this at first, mainly because I was so high on medication from my broken toe that, from the direct words of my mother, I wasn't even on this planet. Luckily, I had written down so many words that I had enough prompt words for several months worth of prompt lists. So I just plucked a prompt word from the list of many and then just said, this is the replacement word, and the replacement word I went with for day 19 was plot. So for this prompt list, there isn't really many rules to this, if any, to be honest, because you could do it in any medium. You don't even have to do art specifically. You could write stuff down, you could take Sims screenshots, because, you know, I do that in my free time too. Any art medium that you use to express yourself or even just tell a story, you can do. You can combine prompts, you can also just do a couple of prompts, 1 week's worth, a couple of days, or you could do the whole entire thing. It doesn't really matter as long as you enjoy yourself and have fun. I don't want anybody to stress out about this challenge because I know that Inktober is usually one of those big art challenges in the community that just takes over everybody's feed every October. But I also did it for myself personally as well, even though I knew that my community was going to have a blast of a time with this. I did it for myself as well because art challenges for me actually improve my artwork tenfold. I tend to find that I go through this real artistic rut, and when I'm going through Inktober or Catober as of last year, I just have a spark of creativity and I actually do art instead of being lazy. Because I think we all can relate to procrastination and lack of motivation. These art challenges usually also bring out the best pieces that I've done over the years. I know that there's some definite fan favourites and also some personal favourites of mine. And I love how I can just go back through my old Inktober stuff as well as Catober and actually link it to some of my old work. So kind of like tell a story through the years of artwork that I've done. Because it's not just my character universe that is all connected, it's also my artwork as well. So the two pieces that I do during the speed paint of this video are actually from day 4 and day 5. They are Blush and Feather, and they both have captions for them. So day 4's caption is, "The thought of Yumi dancing with him made Micah blush." So I know I talk a lot about my Sims content, but currently in my Sims series, we have Crown Prince Micah of Verona and Princess Yumi of Artro as teenagers in the series, and I thought that it'd be really, really cute to actually redraw a Sims screenshot. A lot of my Sims screenshots usually end up being inspiration for pieces of artwork down the line. Day 5's caption for Feather is, "Marriner loved the golden feathers in her father's hat." So this one's also kind of inspired by the Sims series as well, because around the time that this was happening, I had just released the latest episode of my Sims series, which as of recording this, it was episode 25, and Marianarch had literally just been born. So I thought it'd be really, really cute to actually do some Marianarch art. Marianarch is the daughter of Callan, the Pirate King, and Princess Briar of Verona. Therefore, it makes little Marianarch Crown Prince Micah's cousin. I just love all the little connections that I can make. The little character trivia, it's all in the details for me. I just love detail. Another fun bit of trivia about Blush is that the screenshot of Micah and Yumi that actually inspired day 4 was actually taken at Typhe's wedding, so Yumi's now sister-in-law. And another bit of trivia, but for day 5, Feather, is that the feathers in Callan's hat are actually from Kanara. Kanara is Micah's mother. Kanara is originally from Avis, so that's why she has feathers, but Callan found these feathers without knowing the significance of them, because Callan, as a character, is actually a collector. He likes to collect little treasures, or things that people would not even consider treasures, and keep them as souvenirs of his travels, and I really kind of like that eclectic personality of Callan. Also, I just imagine the shenanigans of Marianarch and Callan, because if you look at Marianarch, she actually has a gap in her teeth, which I find incredibly cute, but also it makes you wonder, how did she get that gap in her teeth? The character details. The implications of such a small little detail could mean so much for a story. And I feel like my storytelling has just gotten better, especially with the Sim series just helping me organise it a little bit better. I do need to organise it a bit better into a written form so people can actually understand it and read quickly upon stuff. And I actually want to make a fandom page for Mariana as a whole, but I have no idea how fandom works. I'm trying to make sense of it, but nothing's just making sense at the moment. If anyone could help me with fandom and how it works and how to just put stuff on it in general, that'd be great, because I have no idea what I'm doing. But yes, we are coming to the end of the video. I never have any idea how to end these things. I don't really have a set schedule for my art videos anymore, so I'm not sure when my next one will be. So I recommend you subscribe with post notifications on if you want notifications for when I next upload, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!